Yes, I am 50 and I am single, out there trying to meet me a nice man.
At 60, I'm not here for your crap.
Regardless of, yeah, I learned the lesson from it, now I'm about to be in my 50s.
I'm looking for a cute boyfriend I could buy a car for.
Attractive women cannot afford to date down. And this also goes for a man who clearly can't afford you. You're also out of his league.
If you want a man that has a solid foundation, then I'm so sorry, you have to be patient.
For the pound, babe!
Welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get into this.
I feel like she wasted her time because all them 20 years, she was miserable. Miserable, crying, all of this stuff. She had more bad days than good days. Now she's of age. She's way older now, and she's reflecting back on her life, and it's like, I wasted all that time on that man when I could have been doing this and doing that, but I was so blinded by him. So it's like, regardless of, yeah, I learned the lesson from it, now I'm about to be in my 50s. I wasted.
Man, she's about to be in her 50s and wasted all that time with that man. Now, why are you wasting time with a man when you know? Like, you hear it all the time. You hear them saying it for nonsensical stuff. Yeah, a man has to provide the bag, right? Now, of course, a man shouldn't provide the bag, but if a man is willing to go 60-40, you should tolerate it, especially if he makes around 70, 80,000 and he has retirement. Think of it logically. This man has a future I can depend on. That's what you should go for.
My time, and that comes from everybody thinking that anybody you date is supposed to be that one, and not realizing some people are only supposed to be for a season. You're supposed to learn your lesson and leave. She missed out on her life, chasing after a man, chasing after love.
I don't think she missed out on life. I think she did waste her time. You were right when you said when she noticed that it wasn't going anywhere. That's when you back out. You bow out gracefully and say, I need to go on to the next person, because men and women can waste each other's times. A lot of times nowadays, it's women wasting a man's time. But let's get on to the next one.
You're going to wake up to the fact that you've been sold an absolute lie.
I would really urge people to go and watch Anna's video, because where was the lie? Do you know what? If there's one thing TikTok is good for, it's reminding me how awful it is to be a woman in this world. All the way from the top to the bottom, all the way from the stay-at-home mums or the stay-at-home wives or the stay-at-home girlfriends, all the way to women in developing countries. It's just top to bottom terrible. Fun fact, when I was growing up and I asked my mum whether she wanted a son or a daughter, she said, I'm really ashamed to tell you, Ela, but I actually wanted a son. And I followed this up with why, and thank God I did, because emotional trauma, right? And she said, because women just have it so terrible and I didn't want you to imagine. Now, at the time, I was like, hang on, it's not even too bad being a woman. What are you talking about? I get what she's talking about.
Yeah, it seems like you adopted the qualities of your mother. Seriously, I know those qualities. A lot of women in my community have them. Complain or see everything as a problem. Now, first off, you named women in developing countries or women maybe in the Middle East. Now, the ones struggling, woman in the Middle East, somewhat, but not really, right? Because you don't know you're struggling unless you're entitled. So the problem is, over where we're from, coming from where I'm from, everyone is entitled. Because I'll tell you, I'm in sort of like a developing country right now, but it's not developing, it's fully flourishing. And with your mind state, you can never see it. Seriously, when Passport Bros was booming, it still is, because guys are traveling left and right. There were ladies, and there still are ladies coming out of certain places who believe in doing for a man, but you see it as slavery. That boggles my mind right there. So helping your man out or caring for your man is slavery, that's how you think. I bet you it's how your mom thinks too. And I bet you your mom is just like you, single with no man around.
Couldn't agree more. That we broken up, like if we would have broke up and you didn't put me on child support, I probably would have been there more. But now that I am on child support, I'm probably gonna only do the child support. That's all you get from me. No
Well, why
love,
do
just
you
money.
why do you have to look at it as it being spiteful?
It
Why
is
does it have
spiteful.
to? Why is that spiteful?
What else would it be? If I
Why is that spiteful?
If I
Y'all
adopted this
don't
child, I'm not
understand. It
leaving
don't
them.
matter. It don't matter. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. Like, just because somebody put somebody on child support doesn't necessarily mean they're doing something out of spite.
It does.
No, it does not. No, it does not. Speak to the mic.
No, you can't say that though. But because I've seen situations, I don't have any kids, but I've seen situations where the guy has done everything for the child, clothes, all that, spending time with him, but the mom will make it just so hard for them to even really be there, or be the other way around. The guy wanna be with the girl, and they ain't together, so she just try to make him go away, put him on child support.
If a woman puts you on child support, that does not mean that she's being spiteful. That's not. That's
What
and that's what. And
what
that's
you think?
what men.
What you think it is?
And that's what
Securing her
men
future.
need to know. That's not it.
Yeah, my man, what he said is wild because it's true. I've even had talks with my son's mother. And if you're not providing $1,000 a month, it costs a lot to raise a child, right? Because unless you have them on assistance from the government, you're receiving SNAP benefits plus Medicaid, but still the father pays for that. Let me give you guys an example. I remember one time she was on those things, and guess what happened? I was hit for child support. I gave the child support directly to her, right? Then they charged me for my son's SNAP benefit, not SNAP benefits. They charged me for his insurance. I had to pay for his insurance she received from the government for free out of my pocket. Yes. And when they hit me for it, it was all one shot. Like they hit me for a year. So if a man has a job and she's paying, or she's receiving, or your girl that your ex or whatever is receiving those benefits, you got to pay those back. And yeah, I felt it, but no, I don't see it as a thing like, oh, she's being spiteful. Ladies really need that money. And even me, what I went through, I understand.
Hey TikTok family, how are you all doing? My name is Marky and this is my first video. And I just thought about starting a new series, dating 50 and older. Yes, I am 50 and I am single, out there trying to meet me a nice man. But I have a question. Why is it that men just stare? It doesn't matter where I go. I could be by myself, grocery store, social event, brunch, Starbucks. It don't matter. Park, walking. They just stare. And I've started saying, "Hi, how you doing?" And they'll respond, "Hey." But that's about it. So confusing. Can somebody answer that question for me? Help a girl out.
It comes in waves. Most of the time, I'm okay. And then it comes and hits me like nobody's business. And honestly, I've been feeling like this a lot lately. It's love. I'm tired. I'm tired of doing it myself. I'm tired of being alone. I want to share my life with someone. I am just freaking tired. It's not about being lonely, so I just want somebody. No, I want to be in love. I want to share my life with someone. I want to feel the joys. I want to have my hands held. I want to be held. I want to kiss. I want to support. I want to make coffee with that person.
It's hard to find your person because you want the perfect man. You do. You want the perfect man because if you wanted to find your person, you would have him. You would. So there's no excuse. You get on TikTok crying. You probably got a bunch of simps and you're leaving you messages. You will never date them. You probably got perfect gentlemen, around your age. Maybe they don't stand as upright as you do. Would you choose them? No. What do you want? Even at your age, your gray hair, you still want a man who's a Prince Charming, right? You still want a guy who looks younger. You want a guy kind of my vernacular. Seriously, that looks young, body, mind. You can't have it all. You think you're 50, now you're gonna have it all? You should have been not trying to get it all, but settling in your 20s and 30s. You should have a husband. Or maybe you had a husband, I don't know. I need to hear you tell me more, but I don't think you ever had a husband. Independent life for too long.
And I want my person. I want my person. Why is it so hard to find your person?
You're the strong, independent woman that
I'm tired. You know, it's really hard when love is the one thing you can't force, you can't make it happen. It has to just show up, but where is it?
Living life in peace.
Where is it? I'm so ready, and I have a beautiful life waiting for the perfect man to show up. But where is he? You know, I'm 53.
Damn, sorry. You have to deal with the leftovers. Seriously, because all the good men are leaving, or they have a woman, or they're finding their woman. And you can still find one. You can find one in the West. It's just what I always say. Guys know my slogan. So far, so few.
I'm looking for a cute boyfriend I could buy a car for and a PS5 for. I just got my income tax, so hit me up. Looking for a boyfriend.
Attractive women cannot afford to date down. If you're dating somebody who is beneath you, who, you're...
Now, could you imagine? I had to stop it really quick because I can see the last woman that's in her 50s, right? 53, wants a guy. I can see her saying this 10 years ago. Attractive women cannot date down. And this lady's about what, late 20s, 30s, probably 30s, mid 30s. Mid 30s, you talking like this? How dare you? Look at your face. So I see the eyes. Shang, yeah!
Oh, here we go again.
Over 27, unmarried, female. What do you call this lady? 浪女, which means leftover women.
Shang, yeah!
Clearly out of his league, and he's an insecure guy. He will always take it out on you. And this also goes for a man who clearly can't afford you. You're also out of his league. You have to be really careful because these emasculated, insecure men, they're going to end up enraged because they're so emasculated, they're so insecure, and the only way they can make their sad little selves feel better is by exerting some form of control over you, potentially even abuse, to put you in your place. Because insecure men have this...
So a man feels insecure. So now they're making us feel insecure. How? From you looking too good, that I'm going to abuse you, to put you in your place? What? You got so many guys out there to protect you. You're safe. You're in America. Come on now. Stop it. Stop it. If you're abused, you can get some help. I think you need some help for this, not the abuse.
This need to enforce this sick power dynamic where you're beneath him. And the clearer it is that you are not beneath them, that he is beneath you, the more triggered he will be. And honestly, the more that you're going to become his emotional and sometimes his physical punching bag. So if you're in a relationship where you resonate with anything that I just said, please just get out. Get out of there. You're much better off single than with a guy whose attitude is to take you down a peg. After you've been out of that dangerous situation, I want you to really do the deep work. Commit to healing your self-confidence. Because the universe gave you a gift. You can only date confident, successful.
The universe gave you what gift? That you're beautiful? That's actually a curse. It is. Because she thinks she's beautiful. That's a curse. That's more of a curse. But yeah, it's a curse. Beauty sometimes is a curse. I don't know.
Well, guys, God is not going to let you date down. And look at that as a gift because it is.
God is not. She used God's name in this. God is not gonna let you date down. God will tell you to humble yourself, and also God said, "Serve your man. Be of service to your man." But we're in hell. I swear we're there. Hell is not some place that's burning and on fire. Hell is on this earth. That's where we are right now.
So I keep seeing these videos of people asking, why is it so difficult, so challenging to date in your 50s and 60s? What's the issue? Let me address this for you. First and foremost, at 60, I'm not here for your crap. I'm not here for you to disturb my peace. I'm not here for you to drag your drama, trauma, and lack of counseling onto my person. Because I have dealt with my issues. I'm not looking to train nobody. I ain't looking to try to upscale nobody. I'm not looking to help you get anywhere at this point. You should be where you need to be and doing what you need to do. I'm not here to show you how to be a man. I'm being a woman. I'm going to let you handle that. But I'm not here for you to disturb my peace under any circumstance. So if you got a problem with communicating, if you got a problem with affection, if you got a problem with spending time and opening up, and stay home. Because once again, we just don't need it and we don't want it. So there's your answer. Feel free to comment.
See, that right there is a problem. Because that's what the same thing is going to happen with the white lady, right? She's around that age. She said, "Why I'm not dating in my 50s and 60s? Why do you all of you have a victim mindset?" Not even a white lady somewhere, but she does because she's saying, "I can't find him. You can." She's saying, "I don't want him. You do. You're lonely. You don't have a man. You're lonely. You don't want some drama. Guys are not bringing trauma and drama and all this stuff, anything else you try to rhyme. That's not what's happening. See, you have to get over yourself, right? And you have to stop telling your grandbabies, your granddaughters to get the bag, do it until you're 30, then you'll find a man. Get where you gotta go when your career first, baby. Then you get the man that's gonna be right by you. You got to do for yourself first. That's why a woman that at least married. They're scared because a woman like you, coming from the generation before, dealing with nonsense men. That's why you're saying, "I don't want to deal with your drama, and then bringing it to the internet." Get out of there with that. And saying messages like her.
The best time for a young woman to commit to a relationship or to get married is when she's in her 30s.
So, you heard her? Same thing the other lady's going to push. The best time to get in a relationship is in your 30s? But why did I see my parents do it in their 20s? Why do I see in the Philippines, right? I have brothers and sisters, the brothers and sisters of Kay, who Kay has about 7 sisters. I see all of her sisters were married. Not all of them, but most were married in their 20s and having children. That's how it's supposed to go. And had careers. Yes. Did what they needed to do. And you're saying in your 30s, this is the issue.
When a woman is in her 30s, she's in the fourth cycle of her life. When a woman is in her 30s, she's more emotionally intelligent. When a woman is in her 30s, she have a strong sense of self, a foundation of who she is, where she belongs, or where and who she wants to be. When a woman is...
Yeah, a woman is a nightmare in her 30s. All the things you named is what makes modern woman today. Strong sense of self. All of these things. And the other woman, a couple of videos ago, saying, "Yeah, woman in third world countries," and nobody wants that strong sense of self. And then check it out. Check out my course in bio. Always trying to sell something. So happy TikTok didn't get canceled. I think she made this video in January after Trump put it in for a little while. Excited.
In her 30s, she's more intellectual, mature. When a woman is in her 30s, she's more financially stable. When a woman is in her 30s, she no longer see relationship just as a romantic fairy tale, but she will choose a partner not only based on where she is in her 30s, but a partner who is going to continue to grow with her 10, 20, and 30 years down the line. When a woman is in her 30s, and if she decides to have a child, she will be a better mom because she's going to be more intellectual and emotionally mature. When a woman is in her 30s, she knows that choosing a partner is one of the most serious choice, a most important choice she will ever have to make. And so when a woman is in her 30, she have the emotional maturity and the mindset to choose a partner who is going to continue to grow and grow with her, and that will reduce the higher level of divorce and breaking up, because a woman is emotionally intellectual mature at that time to make that decision. All right, make sure to like and follow for more.
Level 1, 剩女 means leftover woman, over 30, not married. Level 2, 圣斗士 means leftover warrior, over 35, not married. Level 3, 必胜客 means unescapable leftover woman, over 40, not married.
When a woman is in her 30s, she's at risk of not having a child. When a woman is in her 30s and you marry her, she's at risk of divorcing you in her 40s when she hits menopause. When a woman is in her 30s, she's liable to be a headache for a man because she knows it all, because she's a strong, independent woman. And even though she's never dealt with logic, at one point in her life, she feels she knows it all because she made bad experiences and think that gives her experience. Yeah, sounds about right.
He ain't lying. Ladies, we have to stop putting so much pressure on these men financially. The prison cells are too full. Because I think there is a big part of society that has to take at least some form of accountability for some of the men sitting in jail right now. There is such this societal expectation that men have to be able to access.
Hold on. So you're telling me the men have went to jail and sold drugs? That's what it sounds like. Because of pressure? I think men did it because they were in poverty and they weren't thinking. I think a lot of men realized they made a mistake. They had a good run when they sold drugs, but it wasn't a smart choice. Seriously, I did it before. I'm happy I stopped doing it. I'm happy I had my father around and I think that's why I stopped doing it, because he was a correction officer. I'm happy I felt blessed that I made the wise decisions that I made. So no, that's no excuse. Women put financial pressure on men? Get out of here.
Large sums of funds with no real process of how you expect them to get there legally. Like, the narrative cannot always be a man has to be able to buy you this, buy you that, pay all your bills, or he ain't it. That is just so unrealistic and so unreasonable to expect that of all men, particularly at very young ages. How are you expecting a 22, 23, 24, 25, 26-year-old to be able to support himself and support you? Because you're not expecting him to do it how you do it, because you aren't doing it. So then what level of experience or education would he have at that age to be able to pull the kind of salary that he would need to support that kind of lifestyle? I think it's so important to understand that just because a man is not up to date doesn't mean his time is not coming. But good.
She's right about that. A lot of ladies need to be patient and work with a man. That's what used to be done. That's what a lot of men are talking about now. I saw it. And then in my generation, it was still there, but started dying down. And then it just completely left. But I saw the switch. I saw the generational change. It was weird because me as a millennial, right after Gen X, like a year, if I was born a year ago, and in 1980, I'd be Gen X. I'm a millennial because I was born in 81. So right there. So I grew up with the baby boomers, with Gen X, and I was the start of millennials and seen it all. So I saw the shift in the country and the shift in the mindsets. And that's why I was one of the first ones to move out of the US because I saw it happening. I was in it. I was in the midst of it. So that's why I'm here now.
Things take time to build. Things that last need a solid foundation. If you want a man that has a solid foundation, then I'm so sorry, you have to be patient. But what a lot of women do to bypass that is then go for these older guys who, another problem. Because whether you want to hear it or not, baby, they are running circles around you. You cannot keep up with those men. You think you don't know. You're 5 paces behind that man. He knows exactly what he's doing. But I'm telling you, where it is safest is to find a good man with a good head on his shoulders and build with him. And then certain women will say, oh, you build with a man, then he will drop you. No, baby, that man was always going to drop you because you ignored every single red flag. You don't get to choose a man who doesn't choose you back, who doesn't treat you right, who doesn't give you the position you're supposed to have as his lady. And then when the time comes where it inevitably goes wrong, try and run away from your accountability. You knew exactly who that man was. You just hoped he wasn't. And I'm there with you, so I'm not judging you. But ladies, we have to start taking accountability for actually choosing these men because we can walk away. Being single is not a punishment in life. Stop letting these men brainwash you. But when you have that self-love, when you have that self-respect, when you have that self-care, you will understand that money is not everything.
Now, what she said about men being drug dealers is, whoa, that's way off. But what she said about ladies putting financial pressure on men, she's on the ball with that because it's true. Men are not going to get it at 20. He can stack up his income. Men can get it at 20 if they're smart and they maybe work 2 jobs or work 80 hours a week or have side hustles. You can make a lot of money. That I know I've done it before, but you got to make sure a man is like that, right? You got to work with a man. Ladies have to be a man's everything. You do. You have to get on a man's team. Find a man that you believe is the smartest. Look for smart men. That's what you should look for. And if you dealing with a smart man that doesn't come across like he has it figured out, after a while, don't deal with him anymore, but give a man a shot. Because you need to find your man that's going to be with you when you're old. When you get grades and you start forgetting and not as sexy anymore.
Babe, it's for the time, for the power, babe. I will never, ever give you up. And I want to say,
you want a man there, you can call your own. And most women don't want that. They live in that 3 or 4 lifestyle and it's getting tired. Men aren't dealing with it anymore.
I left the courtroom during my divorce trial. And I realized that it was never love, it was just a transaction. Wow, so we did a whole marriage and did the whole duration of a child and starting a family just to find out that it was all about money, status, transaction. Imagine me being the only actor in a relationship to then realize that I was in a relationship for 5 years with one of the best actors I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, Tyrese, man, that's a whole nother thing. I'll tell you why. I feel bad for the man. He should have knew though. Like, bro, this isn't Tyrese from the West Coast? Am I mistaken? He's from, well, maybe he was cultured. He was put away from that, but he hasn't paid attention to society. I believe he's from the West Coast, from where Snoopin was from, and Tricks, right? And that right there was like an old in the rap community, and he's from that era, R&B, but still, oh no, if I had one wish, what's one of his songs? He believed in his songs. That's what it was. Ah, man, yeah, he's an R&B singer. He believed in that music. I feel bad for the guy now. I take it back. Y'all. I take it back. He should have known. He was in the industry. Somebody should have told him, but he kept thinking, if I had one wish, we would be best friends. Man. Damn, Tyrese. Boy, how you so blue-pilled? I don't know, but yeah, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out. See you next video.